Day, guys. So we today are going to create a Thanksgiving placemat. Don't mind my hands, I've been teaching Grody art all day long, but we are going to make a Thanksgiving placemat for your Thanksgiving table. Now this is a really easy project. It's more of a craft than an art, but I thought since Thanksgiving's coming up, it's about time to do something a little different. So what you're going to need today is a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, something that would make a straight line. You're going to need a marker or a Sharpie, a pair of scissors, and then here's the tricky part. You're going to need strips of paper that are about 12 inches long. They can be as wide as you want, but they need to be about 12 inches long. And then you're also going to need a very long, I don't know if you can see this, long sheet of paper. And I want to say it is 12 by 18. Now, if you don't have 12 by 18 and you only have, what is this, 12 by 9 sheets of construction paper, that's totally fine. You just have a little smaller placemat. But if you have the big, that's the best, okay? Because then you're gonna have a big old placemat. So go ahead, go find your scissors and your markers and your rulers and your construction paper and come back and see me. All right, guys, so here is an example of one of my friends in kindergarten. They made placemats. Now theirs have been laminated, so it has that shine to it, but you can see there's strips of paper. They even went in and decorated. Here's another version. This one's a little bit more simple, okay? And there's another one. So we're gonna make a placemat for you guys to eat on at your Thanksgiving dinner table. All right, so first you're gonna take your biggest sheet of construction paper, mine's big, and you're gonna fold it in half, like a book. Some people call this a book, some people call this the hamburger fold. So everybody fold it in half with a hamburger, right? Now, this is the tricky part. This side is the side that's folded. You can't open this side. This side is the side that you can open, all right? So that's super important. You want to work on the side that you can open. I'm gonna take my ruler, and my ruler is exactly the same length. I'm gonna put it right on the edge. See that? See, here's the edge of the paper. I'm gonna put it right there. And then I am very simply gonna draw a line. I'm just tracing the other side of the ruler. I've already moved my ruler, but that's okay. So see what I did there? I drew a line. Perfect. Then you very easily take the ruler, turn it the other way, and you're gonna put the edge of the ruler on the edge of the paper, and you're gonna trace the other side just like we did. And I'm not gonna go over in this space, and then I'm gonna butt it up right against that line. So did everybody know that a ruler is typically about 1 inch wide? So we're making our lines about 1 inch apart. You wanna try and get them straight. Sometimes they're not always straight. But I think by me doing this, you don't want to do bunches of little ones. Just like this. Go all the way down. If you make a mistake, it's actually probably not going to be that big of a deal. There we go. We've drawn our lines. So by the end of this, your paper should look almost like a flipped over piece of notebook paper. So everybody do this and we'll get to the next step. So we have our piece of paper. We're now gonna take our scissors and we're gonna cut along these lines, making sure that we don't go past this line. That line that we drew is there and is very important. If we were to go all the way across, what would we do? That's right, we would totally chop off the paper and then we wouldn't be able to do that. So you're gonna do this the whole entire way down like that until it looks something like this. So see how I did not go all the way? I don't know if you can see that, right? So that's what we want everybody to do. Go ahead and do that and then come back. Guys. Now we're gonna open this up completely so you can see I have all these little pieces. And we're gonna do something called weaving. Weaving is just a pattern that happens over and over and over again. So if you can remember the pattern over, under, over, under, over, under, you can do this. Now I have a big bin here of all different kinds of strips of paper. I have solid ones, right? And then I'm lucky enough to have lots of different kinds of paper. This is actually old wallpaper, right, that I've cut in strips. So you find you a piece of strip of any color you want. I'm going to start with a plain one. And you're going to start, now some people like to start at the top, some people like to start at the bottom. I'm a bottom. And I'm going to go under the first strip there. What would you call this? The first strip. And I'm going to go underneath it. Take my snake and go underneath. What's the opposite of under? Over, that's right. So now the next strip, I'm going to take my snake and go over him. What's the opposite of over? That's right, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. See how it made that really cool pattern? And then I'm just gonna kind of slide him over. Scoot your booches there, man, till he gets as far enough there. Now, if you have a glue stick, now's a good time to probably put a little glue right underneath there and glue him down. Now, here comes the tricky part. We need a new strip. Right? I'm going to use one of these fancy ones. Now, we don't want to do the same thing. We want to do the exact opposite. So we look down where I started. What did I start as? Was I over or under the red one? That's right, I'm under it. So what's the opposite of under? Over. So now I'm going to go over him and under the next one. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Slide, scooch, scooch, scooch. See how that looks? And we're going to do that all the way across. So then we'd find another piece. And if you look down the bottom, what am I? I'm over. So the opposite of over is under. Go under, snake. There we go. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And I like to slide them over. And I should be gluing mine down, but I don't have my glue with me. Do you see how my placemat's coming along? And then we do another one. So what am I? I am under. So now I go over, under. Oh, oop. And look, that one's ripped. I don't want to use that one. That's a terrible, terrible idea. All right, boys and girls, I would love for you to try this, because then you could probably, if you were really good at it and you really enjoyed it, you could make a placemat for everybody at your family at your Thanksgiving dinner. And then if your mom and dad have contact paper, clear contact paper at home, you can put clear contact paper over this. And then when you spill your mashed potatoes on it, just wipe it clean with a rag and you don't have to worry about it. You can even decorate like they did. They put rainbows on it. Maybe you can write what you're thankful for. Okay, so have a great Thanksgiving. Make everybody at your table a placemat and have a great vacation. See you later, guys. Bye.